Hey guys, I'm back with the first in my new holiday prep series. This is an extremely busy time of year for me. It is now November. And there's a lot going on in my life, in my family's lives, which I'm very involved in, my family. And it takes a lot of preparedness. It's very time consuming getting ready for the holidays. It's very exciting. I love this time of year. There's a lot of great things, but it's also a lot to manage. And it is, you do have to manage your time. This time of year, from now on until the end of the year, I really don't have time to focus on other projects. That being said, I am hoping to get at least to finish my craft room so I can show you guys that. But one thing at a time here. I'm like full speed ahead here on planning for Thanksgiving. My husband and I have hosted Thanksgiving for both sides of our family as a collective thing for the past 4 years. So this will be our 5th Thanksgiving in this house. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, wow. I think so. It's either our 4th or 5th Thanksgiving in this house. It might only be our 4th. I'm not sure. But at any rate, the first year was crazy stressful for me. I had never done something that big. Thanksgiving, it's a big thing. And I took everything on myself. I wanted to make everything. I wanted to clean everything. It was way too exhausting. So as the years have come by, I've, learned how to delegate a few things here and there and learned how to accept help from people. I have this thing, I don't like people to have to work when they're at my house. I want them to just relax and enjoy. But some of them are more happy some of my guests, my family and my friends, are happier to help me than they are to just sit and watch me run around. So you live, you learn, you grow a little bit. But last week was the first week of November, and that's, when Halloween ended, and now we're kicking off the Thanksgiving preparation. So I did a whole bunch last week to get ready for Thanksgiving already, because this year I have quite a crowd. I'm planning on having 23 minimum guests, a possibility of 29, but let's hope it stays at 23 because that's enough. The more the merrier, but still, it's like I ordered two 25-pound turkeys, and I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. I might have to get a ham to supplement. But I just wanted to share with you my process of how last week I kind of transitioned from Halloween to Thanksgiving in my house and in my preparations for the actual Thanksgiving Day extravaganza I hold. First thing I did was put away all my Halloween decorations in and outside the house. I like to do this right away. I leave the things up for maybe a day or two, so come November 2nd or 3rd, everything's coming down, outside and in. I don't like having my Halloween stuff out for like a terribly long time. Inside the house, I'll have it out for the whole month of October. And I did do a Halloween house tour. If you guys are interested, I'll link that below. Where I basically just show you my first floor and how I decorated for Halloween. But outside, definitely, I don't like those decorations out for long. I only usually put them out about a week ahead. I don't do a lot of decorations outside anyway. I don't have kids yet, so I feel like when I have kids, I'll do something more elaborate. But I have some little glowy jack-o'-lantern-y things and a wreath and all that. But I put that stuff up like a week before, and then I took it down immediately. I don't like to leave those things out. My holiday lighting, however, I leave up until January 15th, so 2 weeks after, it's actually 3 weeks after Christmas, but it's not like extraordinarily Christmassy. It's really just white lights that we do, and I actually hire a tree company that's who do tree work, and they do the whole house because they do up on the eaves and stuff, and I would kill myself on the ladder if I tried to do that, but it's well worth it because it's so pretty. And I will show you guys when the holidays, when December rolls around, I'll show you, I don't know if I'll show you the front of my house. I have to think about that one, but trust me, it's very pretty. At any rate, I was getting sidetracked there. Right, so last week I took a day, and I took some pictures of this, so I'll insert them as I'm talking here. I basically went around. My first level is the only level that I really decorate for Halloween, and I collected all my little tchotchkes and trinkets and whatever, and I kind of put them on my kitchen table. So they're all in one spot. And then I brought up my empty Halloween storage bins from the storage room in the basement, and I wrapped everything up that needed to be wrapped and divided them into the bins by room. So that way, and this is sort of a new system I'm implementing. I sort of started doing this sort of storage at our house in Utah when I devised the storage solution for the Christmas decorations last year. I like that so much that I've decided to redo my own storage room at home here. I was hoping to do that by the end of the year. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get to it, and I don't want to make empty promises to myself and like feel bad about not being able to fulfill them. So I'm aiming to have that done by the end of January. That's sort of my big goal. But I have started putting things away in this new manner of organizing that I'm doing, where for decorations specifically, I put them in bins by room. For Christmas, obviously, I have a lot. Well, you don't know yet, but you will see. I go a little crazy at Christmas, and I have like 1,000 million decorations. You guys thought I did a lot of Halloween. You ain't seen nothing yet. I go nutto at Christmas. But I have a picture here. I'll show you. I separate the bins. I have three. I have one for the living room decorations, well, living room / dining room / powder room, because I didn't have a lot in there and they all fit nicely into one bin. And those are kind of like one big room anyway, and the bathroom just has a few little things. And then family room decorations, and then my kitchen and like breakfast area, which I'm sitting in filming right here, those decorations each had separate bins. So that will help me next year, and it will also help, like Don helps carry up the bins, so he'll know exactly what room to put them in. I won't have to sit there and tell him. He can just read the box. It's like, oh, these go in the living room. I'll just put this box in the living room. So that kind of takes a step out, you know. And also it's nice because if there's something I specifically need or want for a certain room, I'll make a Post-it note and stick it on the box, or even like tape it on the box for extra insurance. And I'll say like, remember to buy new wallflower plugins for bathroom, or don't buy any more Bath and Body products for Halloween, that sort of thing. Just to kind of remind myself what I might need and what I really don't need that I might be tempted to buy. So I decided to go ahead and film this, even though my house is a wreck, and I normally wouldn't film when it's quite so messy, but I'm in the process of switching out my Halloween decorations to my Thanksgiving ones. A lot of the things, basic things, stayed the same, but I had, as you could see if you watched my Halloween house tour, a lot of Halloween tchotchkes. So I have put everything that I've gathered from around this room, the family room, and the kitchen, and the living and dining rooms, and I put it on my table so that I can wrap the things up and put them in bins. And these are the bins. I have all my tissue and stuff to wrap things up, some things that I didn't use, that sort of stuff. And I already brought up my Thanksgiving sort of November decoration stuff, and I started kind of putting some things out, the little pumpkin candy dish, some little figurines here and there, that sort of thing. I already switched out the linens in the kitchen. You can see that's different. Towels are different. And I decided to keep my little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern cookie jar up. That's that thing right there. And I just turned it around so you can't see the face, and it works perfectly. We're just cooking in the kitchen here, so it's a mess. And I've already taken everything down from the shelves. I got to put the plates up, and I already started putting stuff up here. You can see cute owl things. But work is to be done. And so basically this is really easy because I kind of just wrap things up and then put them in the bins and swap things out. And that's what we're doing to prep for the holidays. Not take two, but part 2. So yeah, here we go. So as you can see, table's all cleared off. That took me about an hour to kind of pack everything up. And they're in 3 bins. I am in the process of starting to redo my storage system and my whole storage room, which is our utility / laundry room in the basement, which there will be a video on at some point. Don't know when, but some point. I haven't really started work yet, but I just started putting recent things away in the new method that I actually implemented in our home in Utah with our Christmas decorations, where I designate the main category of decorations. So these are decorations for October, but then I separate by room. So these are decorations and functional items such as towels and mugs for our kitchen and breakfast room. And the way I pack the bins is heaviest things on the bottom, and I like to wedge them together so they fit very tightly together. It kind of helps things from shifting around and breaking. This one is family room. So again, functional things like tissues, carving stuff, blankies, things like that, but also decorative things. And then lastly, the dining living room. That's kind of like one big room. If you saw my Halloween house tour. Ow, sorry. And the powder is our bathroom. So all that fit nicely in one box, and I was able to fit in Winnie's dog toys for Halloween in there. So I fit everything nicely in these 3 bins, and then I have kind of a really big bin in the basement that I don't usually bring up. I usually leave the bin downstairs and just bring the things up and down separately that fit the larger items, such as those big owl lanterns that I had up by my mantle fireplace area here, and decorative pillows that are big, things that maybe don't quite fit in these smaller bins. It's not that many items, and they all kind of fit in one bin, so that works out great. So I did all that. I switched it out to Thanksgiving and decorations. And if you guys, my Thanksgiving decorations, yes, they're different than my Halloween ones. A lot of it is kind of the same. If you're interested in like a mini Thanksgiving house tour, sort of like my Halloween house tour, but it would be much shorter because I would do less describing of the areas that I'm standing in, because you would have already seen that other video. I can do a quick little panning video of how I decorate for Thanksgiving. But I'm kind of thinking I'm going to save that for when I'm setting up for the actual party, so you guys can see how I set up. So I made this transition, and that's all done. That feels great to have that done, and all the Halloween stuff is put away. And then the second order of business for me was really getting a jump on my Thanksgiving planning. Now I have, every year we invite kind of the same friends and family, and this year like all of them are coming, and that's why we're having such a big party. But they all basically know ahead of time that they're getting invited, so it's not like I had to send out. So etiquette is to send out invitations to a party like that 4 weeks ahead. Well, I don't usually send mine out to the first week of November, which I did. I got these invitations this year. I thought they were really pretty. I am sorry about the glare. This one has like a sample. This is not my invitation. But I actually took a picture kind of my, because I don't want to, well, here. There, you can see. That's like half of my invitation. The other half has a lot of personal information on it, so I'm not really going to show you. But I do kind of the same invitation every year, and I have files on my computer. I have a big file called invites, and then in the invites file are folders labeled for each holiday. And in each holiday are folders labeled for each year, and in each year are the documents for that year. So for instance, I have my Thanksgiving file in my invitations large file. And in the Thanksgiving file, there's 2008, 2009, 2011, 2000, etc. So in 2011, I have a file for my Thanksgiving invitation, my Thanksgiving labels, because I print out the labels on the computer for the addresses, my guest list, my menu. Those are the things. And that just helps me because when I am starting work on the current year's Thanksgiving, I'll go to my previous year's folder. So this year I went to the 2010 Thanksgiving folder, and I looked at my guest list, and then I just, I adjusted it however I needed, and re-saved it as 2011, or saved it as 2011. I left the 2010 one there. I like to just have things to document, kind of archiving. And then I went to my invitation and I just basically changed the date. The rest of the invitation left the same. So every year, and this is kind of the format that works best for me and my family, I have everybody come over at 1 o'clock. In the football games, we have a very casual, very laid-back Thanksgiving. It's a long party, so people can come. I even say on it, bring an appetite and your favorite slippers so people can feel cozy. They know it's not dressy. You can wear whatever you want. You can get dressed up if you want, or you can come comfy. I have everybody come over at 1, and that's when we start airing the football. We have TiVos, which record TV ahead of time, and then you can play it, later on. So we always tape the first game, the 11:30. It starts here in the Central Standard Time at 11:30. This year it's the Packers-Lions, and then we start airing it at 1 o'clock. And I even say on the bottom of the invitation, we will tape the scheduled Packers-Lions game airing at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time and start showing at 1 p.m. No spoilers allowed. So people can know that either they can start watching the game at home or wait till they get here. They won't miss anything. We have sort of a rolling afternoon of snacks, very casual, easy, munchy kind of food. I don't want to do anything like too elaborate with snacks because dinner's kind of big. And then on the invitation I say Thanksgiving supper served at 5 o'clock. So people know ahead of time, the party starts at 1 but dinner's until 5. That gives us plenty of time to relax and chit-chat and, help Jen in the kitchen or help Jen by not being in the kitchen, that sort of thing. So the first thing I do, or I did last week, was to look at my guest list, adjust that. I have it printed out, but I'm not going to show you because it's got everybody's name on it. And this I actually tack up in my office, and I kind of check off who's coming and who's not. And then by the time I know what the total guest list number is, I'll put in the total number of attending in the bottom so I know what number I'm working with. And I kind of already have an idea. Then I tackle my invitation, which is really easy because I basically just copy and paste from the last year, reformat it to fit whatever size invitation I have this year, print it out, super easy, make the labels, print those out, update that label sheet for the 2011 addresses I need, print those out, stamp them up, get them out the mail. It really doesn't take that long. So that's easy. And then the last thing I do is kind of start prepping for my menu. And this, on my computer. This is the last computer thing I really do. So this is my Thanksgiving menu for this year so far. And it's basically the same as last year. I just made a couple adjustments because we're having more people. And what I went ahead and did is, I don't know if you guys can see, but by the name of the dish, so there's snacks, supper, dessert, and then goodie bags. And by the name of the dish, I wrote who's making the dish and when they're either preparing it or giving it to me. So you can see in the snacks, I'm mostly doing the snacks. I'm going to be prepping them the day before or making them the morning of. That's what Thursday a.m. W is for Wednesday. This one I said make ahead and freeze and thaw. And then I say who's bringing what if it's not me making it. Same thing with dinner. This just helps me know ahead of time what I have to be ready to make ahead, what I have to be ready to make, on Thanksgiving itself. Who is helping me by bringing something, that sort of thing. And that helps. This is like my initial planning of the Thanksgiving week. And I like having this done the first week of November. I keep confusing November and Thanksgiving. Just so it helps me feel less stressed about it, to have this already thought out. So those are sort of the, physical planning things that I do, or I've already done last week, and I generally do the first week of November. The other thing I do is I go through my, what I have on hand and note anything I might need to order. So this year we're having quite a crowd, so I made sure to count our plates and our silverware and our glasses to make sure we have enough. And we do, luckily. So that's fine. I do have to rent tables this year. I'm sort of doing a different thing. I usually make this big long table in our family/dining room. I kind of rearrange all the furniture, and I think I kind of showed that in the little Thanksgiving video I posted last year on Organize Like Jen. This channel, obviously. But I can't do that this year because it's too many of us, so I went ahead and I called a local rental company And I reserved 3 round tables that seat 8 because I'm expecting 23 people, so that's about 8 people per table, 3 tables. And I actually reserved chairs too. Even though I have enough chairs at home, I just wanted it to be so I could have these chairs, arranged around the couch here for extra seating for watching the game and downstairs and stuff, and we didn't have to move stuff from the actual table eating area. I wanted that to be set and not moved and just done. So I reserved those, and they're delivering them to me. I'm having them come a week ahead. And the man was really nice. He didn't charge me as much as it would cost to have those things for as long as that period of time. But I would have paid for that anyway because it gives me the opportunity to move my furniture. I have to basically move almost all of my furniture on the first floor except for my family room furniture. It gives me a week. I'm going to do it a week ahead, move all my furniture, have the tables set up, and be able to set them and have everything done already a week ahead. And I am going to post a video about that. It'll be much closer to Thanksgiving, obviously, but it will be, I'll probably post it, the Monday of Thanksgiving week, so you guys can check that out, how I set up for Thanksgiving, and maybe that's when I'll do my little mini Thanksgiving house tour, if that's interesting to you. But that, having those rented and that already taken care of, this, early in the game is also very reassuring. It makes me feel like I'm all set, and I know it's going to work out. Going in mind with that, the centerpieces that I've done for the past several years that we've hosted this are not going to work because I had kind of designed a centerpiece that was long and went to this huge long table. Well, now we have 3 rounds. So a few days ago, I went to Cost Plus. Just kind of walked in on a whim. I was looking for something totally different. I don't go in there very often. It's not very close to me, but it's right next to the Container Store. And you guys know I'm there all the time. Well, not all the time, but I go frequently to the Container Store. So I went into Cost Plus and I found a lot of great, less expensive options to put together new centerpieces for this new table arrangement that I'm testing out this year with the rounds instead of the one long table. So I've basically already bought everything I need for that, which is great, and I just need to get new linens, which I've already ordered from Crate & Barrel. So I ordered everything I needed for the party from Williams-Sonoma. I needed a bigger roaster for this huge bird, like a roasting pan, from Crate & Barrel, and from the rental place. Everything that I'm pretty sure that I need that I can get right now that isn't, food and will spoil, I have taken care of. And that is huge peace of mind. And I recommend doing that as soon as possible. And another great thing to do is to write out, after Thanksgiving is over, things that you think you might want next year or things that you might need, and put it on a note and kind of stick it with your Thanksgiving file so next year you're ready to look at things. I do that with a lot of different holidays, not generally with Thanksgiving, but I'm usually kind of only need a couple things for Thanksgiving. But if you're new to Thanksgiving and hosting and all of that, that's very helpful tip to do. So lastly, I guess, in my preparedness here, my early holiday prep, I have my Thanksgiving folder. This is not how it's going to be for all time. I still haven't quite figured out how I'm filing these things. So I just have it in a little folder right now. And this folder has all of my recipes that I've used in previous years, and I keep my Thanksgiving menu from the previous year in this as well to look back on for reference. And I have all of my recipes that I've printed out and stuff in these protective sheet protectors. That's what they're called, right? Because they get dirty and stuff from use. Eventually, I hope to make a little binder for Thanksgiving. I haven't quite gotten to it yet, but this is sort of the precursor to that. And I saved from last year, if you guys watched my last year's Thanksgiving video, I saved my Thanksgiving Day to-do list where I had basically mapped out by time what I was going to be doing all day. This is a huge lifesaver on Thanksgiving for me. I don't usually I'm not usually quite so meticulous in my list making where I put down like actual times and write down like all of these little details. But on a crazy busy day, when you're like a day when you're hosting Thanksgiving, this is super, super helpful. And I saved it to sort of reference for this year because I remember this being my most relaxed Thanksgiving yet last year. And I just felt really on top of everything. In addition to that, prepping as much as I can ahead. Like I work a ton the day before. Anything that I can do up to a day before or even more than a day before, I do. Which includes, I'll just give you an example. On the Wednesday before, I basically make and plate all of the like the cold snacks, like chips and dip, veggies and hummus, cheese and crackers, spinach. Oh, okay, that's different. Guacamole, that sort of stuff. I plate all of the cold things, cover them with saran wrap, and stick them in my fridge. And then I just have like like crackers and chips and stuff out next to the container they're gonna go to, ready to go, no problem. I don't plate those the day ahead; they might get like stale. Other things that I can prep ahead, like the biscuits I bake for. I do all my baking the Wednesday before. I used to like kill myself trying to make pies the day of Thanksgiving because I always thought pie is best eaten the day it's baked. Well, after years of like not really believing that I could get away with making pie, especially the day before, and baked goods in general, I've come to realize that I always like my pie better the day after Thanksgiving, the day after I make it. So last year I baked everything the day before, and it was fantastic the day of. I don't know why. I just think it's like settles into its flavor more. So I bake all of the desserts. I bake 2 pies. I'm going to make cupcakes this year because we have such a crowd. And I always send people home when they come to my house with homemade chocolate chip cookies. So I'll probably bake those on Tuesday and have them all packaged up and ready to distribute. And biscuits for dinner. So I'll do all of my baking on Wednesday. And that is a huge time saver on Thursday. And I have actually delegated most of the sides to family members. So I make the roast turkey. Dawn makes a smoked turkey. We have a big smoker outside. And I make the mashed potatoes. And that's it for dinner, in addition to the biscuits and desserts. My mother-in-law makes the stuffing and the cranberry sauce. My grandmother makes the sweet potato casserole. My sister-in-law makes the green beans. My mother helps out with hot appetizers, and so does my uncle. So, it's sort of a collaborative event. And also this year, I'm sort of assigning tasks for cleanup to certain people who have volunteered, just so it's easy to keep on top of the cleanup because people are here for such a long time. Paper plates and napkins and things tend to accumulate, and appetizers need to be refreshed or collected right before dinner. And so I'm going to have somebody on, checking for things that need to be picked up and tossed during the appetizer time, during our football time, which is 4 hours long. Somebody who can help me bring in the appetizers and start putting away the things that need to be put away and washing up those platters. Somebody who can help me fill the water goblets and pour the wine for dinner. Who's going to help with the clearing of the table and the washing of the dishes. And it's more of a collaborative event now. Now, and that helps me a lot, not be so super exhausted and actually be able to enjoy my Thanksgiving party. So that is basically what I wanted to share. This is like the super long video here. I did also go through my Martha Stewart living and Real Simple Thanksgiving issues, just to see if there were any tips or tricks I wanted to know ahead of time. Oh, I flagged this page. I thought this was interesting. This was about kind of organizing your fridge for big party hosting, which I already do, and I think I've done videos on. I'll probably film my Thanksgiving prep and show you guys stuff like my fridge and stuff like that, but obviously that stuff that I'm doing like right as Thanksgiving is happening, I won't be able to post till after Thanksgiving, but it's applicable to any large-scale party. So you can look forward to that coming up. I am going to be doing a whole series on Christmas prep as well. I transition right from Thanksgiving into Christmas, just like with Halloween. Right after Thanksgiving is over, that weekend, I start putting my trees up and decorating and stuff, because I just can't wait. I just love my holiday decorations. But I did film holiday decorating at our Utah house, which I did when I was there last month. And I'm going to post that soon as sort of an early look at decorating for the holidays. But I'm also going to film what I do in my own house. So you guys have those things coming up in this series. I'm excited I have things to post. I haven't had a lot of time to work on my other projects. But like I said, I hope to get to my craft room, finish that up, and show you guys how I transform it for the holidays into sort of my gift wrapping central station. And yeah, I feel really good. I'm confident that Thanksgiving is going to be fun and easy, and yes, it's a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. And being prepared like this and doing as much as I can ahead helps me be able to enjoy it more, enjoy the time with my family, which is what Thanksgiving is really about. It's not about stressing, it's not about having the perfect turkey or like the most beautiful looking pie. It's about enjoying time with your family and loved ones and being grateful for all that you have in that way, which I am very grateful for. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry if it was a bit rambly. I got excited and I had a lot to talk about. But let me know how you guys prep for the holidays, and if you have any special holiday traditions that you're excited about. I'd love to hear about them. So I will be back soon with more holiday prep stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye, you guys. Take care.